I personally, I find whatever I learn in something new, I find it really hard to learn at the start because I don't know. I just accepted myself as a slow learner because my sister, actually, I've been talking with my sister from some time. You know, my sister, she's like she studies in psychology, and she does help me a lot with you know, she gives me a lot of tips on how to be, you know, I guess successful in my own way, and she does kind of give me tips on how to do stuff. I thought, oh, why am I so slow at learning things? And I thought, why is it so hard for me? You know, why can't I be like some of my friends or like my members who get things done easily, or I guess pretty well? But then my sister told me that, you know, oh, but then have you ever like I've accepted myself as a slow learner because I am cautious and I want to get things done correctly the way I wanted to. And so when I first heard that, I thought, you know, oh, that is a very good point. And myself, I would be very embarrassed. Like, for example, I would be very embarrassed if I couldn't, I guess, show that, you know, I was able to learn this quickly, or if I didn't understand anything, I'll be embarrassed. And I think that's one of the ways of losing confidence in myself. And yeah, it's natural, but then I've had a lot of hard time with like, you know, having to get confidence, you know, just believing in myself that, you know, I can do things well, even though I'm a slow learner. But the whole point is the fact that my sister said, you know, the fact that, you know, she was a slow learner herself, though the more she admitted that she was a slow learner, the better and the more peaceful she was with doing things her way, and it was much more comfortable for her to learn things. And you know, like what Chan Young said, what like Chan said, there was a saying where, you know, they say practice makes perfect. But then every time, I remember since like 연습생, like during my trainee days, he would be like, no, perfect practice makes perfect. So honestly, just thinking about it, I'm just like, oh wow, well that is a point, that is a true point there. And every time I think about it, I just think, all right, I just need to do things my way, except do it perfectly well, but through my pace, you know what I mean? So I don't have to like do things fast, because that would probably just drop the quality of you know, that'll drop the quality of my results. And so just even thinking about it, I don't want to think, and if you think things too much, you just end up thinking about it too much, and then you won't get anything done naturally or genuinely. So honestly, it's just the more you just think for a bit and then like how to get it done, then you know, start trying to achieve that goal or doing it just step by step. Honestly, that itself I don't think is a problem. So yeah, that's one thing I realized. Well, even though I did hear that so many times, but just hearing from my sister, the fact that, you know, there are people that can be adjusted to it like naturally, but there are also things that they may not be, you know, be able to handle easily, and so that's natural. And I learned to accept that I am a slow learner, but also very cautious and willing to make every aspect a bit more perfect. So yeah, the best it can be. So those, even though it's hard to like control, but I feel like that's just part of life. So yeah, but obviously as, you know, a human, I do have problems where like, like I couldn't get this done, or like, why is this so hard, or like, I really want this to be done well. It just didn't come out the way I wanted. But the more you think like that, I think that's how you can achieve a little more. So even though you may not see it yourself, but people around you who actually look close to you would definitely recognize how well you're doing. So that was a really long life lesson But how to improve your career? Honestly, just take it easy. Don't stress yourself with with how hard the pronunciation is, or like just do it slow. I'll try to not too fast. Just take your time. If you want to take a break, take a break. Like don't force yourself to do it if you feel like tired or if it's too hard for you. Yeah, but yeah, no need to stress. Take your time. You still have time. That's why there's time. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's my life lesson.